Dakota's Corp radio station. You want it? You got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Bear down. Bear down. Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Monday, March 30th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. And bear down. Yes, we are in the Final Four, ladies and gentlemen. I know you know this. And I know you're excited, and you should be. It's electric here in the old Pueblo. It's fantastic to see such a great organization running deep in this NCAA tournament. And the sky, like the hopes are high. You know, it's fantastic. And in recap, in case you were so busy you couldn't somehow watch it, you know, in pure cardiac cat fashion, you know, they go into the first half against their game against Purdue. Purdue is up. You know, Purdue is feeling confident. Purdue fans feeling really confident. But little do they know, we've been watching this team all year round. We've seen this movie. We know how it plays out. The Wildcats go into the halftime. They talk with their coach, and then they come out and they just dominate in the second half, leading to a 79-64 victory over Purdue, ensuring and punching their ticket into the Final Four for the first time since, I think, 2001. It's a big deal.
Amazing.
And massive. Yes. And it's so great to see, and couldn't happen to a better organization, group of guys, and of course, head coach, Tommy Lloyd. Now, before we look forward to Saturday and talk about what they have to face off against, you know, another thing about this team that makes it so easy to be a fan of is character and legacy, right? Tommy, after the game, got all his grown men all teary-eyed. Because he went into this little talk, and he actually basically gave tribute to the one before him, the man, Lute, who built this organization into what it is as far as the legacy. Here's what Tommy had to say immediately after their win over Purdue. That got me a little choked up. Listen to this.
Personally, I feel good. What I'm most happy for is these Arizona fans. You guys deserve this. Hey,
that's coach of the nation.
Hey, I know this. I know. Hey, there's a good-looking guy with white hair looking down on us right now that's happy.
Lute.
Personally,
Yeah, so I mean, people across the country are like, "Are they booing him?" And it's like, no, they're all chanting Lute. That good-looking guy with white hair is Lute Olson, a legendary figure here in Tucson, and so it's fantastic. He basically paid tribute to Lute, dedicated a win to Lute and that organization, and it was great to see. And he was choked up, he was emotional, but then he, firmly reset. And now all eyes are on this Saturday for the Final Four, the first Final Four since 2001. Super excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. In fact, actually, when they asked him why it was important for him to mention late Arizona head coach Lute Olson, this is what Tommy had to say. Listen to this.
He and I shook hands only a few times, kind of in a handshake line or something at a game. And I think I was at like a cancer event from one time. And his legacy in Tucson is so powerful. That he's the guy, there's others before him, but he's the main catalyst to make our program the center of the community. And so when I got the job, I was like, wow, people in Tucson really want to like their basketball coach. And it wasn't a contentious relationship at all. They want to love you. And the reason they want to love you is because they love Lute so much. And he meant so much to the community. But, without Lute, without Sean doing what he did for those like 12 years he was here, I wouldn't be able to do what we did today. And I fully understand that. And those guys, this is for them too. And I have no problem, sharing the success of this team with the coaches that came before me.
Yeah, it was very cool. So even shouted out Sean Miller, who of course had 12 seasons here as the U of A head coach, and he was in the tournament, but got busted out last weekend. So it was great. It's been great basketball. I was working the Roadrunners game on Saturday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had this dilemma where I had the security guard come up to me and say, "Hey, Beef, I've had a couple ticket holders come up to me and ask me to ask you not to mention the score or anything about the game tonight because they're taping it, right? And they want to see it when they come back." And I was like, yeah, that's going to be tough. I'm like, I guess maybe I should respect that. I get that. No one likes to be spoiled. I'm not trying to make anybody mad. So at the beginning of the game, I'm like, okay, fine. I was planning on announcing, especially if we won, the good news.
It's exciting.
Right, exactly.
You want to hear the cheers.
And it's what it's called, Rico. It's called a cheap pop, right? There are certain situations in this business where you get a cheap pop. For professional wrestlers, it's whenever they're in like a city, say they're in Tucson, and they say it's good to be in Tucson, everyone cheers, right? That's called the cheap pop, right? And so, announcing U of A winning obviously is going to be a cheap pop, get the crowd excited. But I was like, okay, you know what? I respect that. I won't say anything. And then I'm watching the game in the back, and as soon as the buzzer went off, right, and they solidified their spot into the Final Four, I hear in the background people chanting in the arena, U of A, U of A. And I'm like, all right, well, the cat's out of the bag, baby. Then screw the three people who aren't paying attention to this, right?
In 2026.
Yeah, so if you were one of those three people and I ruined your, experience, I apologize. But everyone else, the fact that they were chanting U of A should have been your heads up. Should have been, gave you a clue. It was good news, right?
I wonder what they're excited about.
Yeah. What's another great thing is, we're so excited about this that, we couldn't even wait to celebrate with the team as, there was a fan, at least 1,000 fans that awaited the U of A Wildcats returning to San Jose right there at the Control Center when they got back that night, so they were just so excited about it. It's great to see. I'm very excited. So yeah, it's all eyes are on this Saturday. It's going to be a party, and to put a cherry on top of good news, last week there was the rumbling and the conversation of is North Carolina trying to take away Tommy Lloyd? Will Tommy Lloyd leave to be the head coach of North Carolina? These were the rumors. That was the speculation. And I'm happy to report that there is news that North Carolina is expected to hire Billy Donovan as their next head coach. Donovan is expected to part way with the Bulls and return to college basketball after 11 years in the NBA. So, yeah, good for them, but better for us.
Right.
Good for them, but better for us. I know. It's like, Tommy, come on, man.
Come on, Tommy.
Yo, we need you to be coach until your hair turns white. Yep. You become the next Lute Olson because, honestly, we got the best coach in college basketball, and we're very excited about that. So bear down, Arizona. This Saturday is going to be off the chain as we face off against Michigan and hopefully bring home that dub and our first national title since 1997.
Wow.
All right, we got a great show lined up for you today. I got tons of tickets to give away, which I'm going to break down for you after Morning Moron, which is coming up next after Lincoln Park. Keep it right here. Truck 102.1 KFMA. Here's the offspring with The Kids Aren't All Right. It's Beef Vegan Presents. But you guys know the name of the show. Tucson, let's go and bear down. Yeah, that was our show open. Are you laughing at that?
I'm laughing at your let's go
No.
down.
And you could have been here for that. You could have heard that epic intro as it was riding on the bed just so perfectly. And the timing, just chef's kiss, was right on point. Rico was here for it.
I
He understood. Yes. Yas joined us about 7, but we have her in the podcast broadcast. So we are blessed for another live podcast broadcast. Now, we talked about Lute Olson's legacy here. That Tommy referred to and paid homage to. And you grew up in Tucson, so you knew about the legacy of Lute Olson, and you shared a pretty fun core memory with us off air of when the U of A won the national championship in 1997. How old were you when this happened?
I was 6 years old.
And you remember this from 6 years
I
old?
remember it being from 6 years old. I remember the hype. I didn't understand what was really going on. I don't think I understood what was going on. I knew it was a game that won, that happened.
Yeah.
And we just knew, hey, we're all taking a field trip to go see the team pass by. And so I live in the hood, right? I live in Barrio Centro. So like 29th and Alvernon, that's a little
Yeah.
So we made signs. The whole school had a field trip, and we all walked to the intersection of Alvernon and 29th. And we saw the double-decker bus that was coming from the airport heading to the U of A with the players.
Okay.
And I remember all the businesses and all the neighborhoods also came out to Alvernon and all lined up, and we all waved, and everybody was just honking. Like everything stopped.
Yes.
Everything leading up to, them making it to U of A and that double decker was like all I remember.
Not a phone inside. Everybody
Not a
living in
phone
the moment.
inside.
Right, yeah. Hopefully that happens with us here again, because as we showed, the excitement level for Tucson is massive because people are showing out just for them coming home and arriving at McHale Center after the game on Saturday night as hundreds of people came out to show their support and excitement for them making it this far. And you saw the paint on inside McHale Center showcasing that we are going back to the, Final Four for the first time since 2001. What a drought, a 25-year drought. Many people are standing outside waiting Tommy Lloyd and the boys to come back. Weren't even born the last time U of A was in the Final Four. So it's a big deal. Hell, no one on the team was alive when they were in the Final Four last time. That's
literally a whole new era type of thing, like new generation, knew everything.
And honestly, the fever is spreading nationwide, which is fantastic. So, while Justin Spears coming in here in a little bit, and we'll roast him a little bit for being a bandwagon fan, as he posted a picture of him when he was 10 in U of A gear. So we'll show that. We have a lot to get to here, obviously with the full crew, and we recorded a lot today as well, including Morning Moron and a story that happened to me on Saturday that will blow your mind. And that is legit. It blew Rico's mind. Is your mind back in form?
A little bit.
Okay, good. But was your mind blown when I told that story?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
it was wild.
Yes. So that's going to be played this hour as well. So just keep it right here. We'll be back with more right after this. But this was your Morning Moron from today. Check it out. Rock 102.1 KFN. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It is now 6:15 and time for your Morning Moron. So let's do this. Today's Morning Moron has to do, I'm assuming, with alcoholism, right? It has to do with a little something with alcoholism. There was a man who was a little intoxicated. Actually, I'll say a lot of intoxicated. When he had his blood alcohol taken, it was 0.103, which is over the legal limit, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the math on it, how much it is, because this was in, I think, Indiana. So I believe their blood alcohol level is a little higher because you're in the Midwest. There's nothing else to do. You could probably drink a little bit more, get behind a tractor, things like that. Yeah. But this 41-year-old man in Indiana named Randall, he got drunk and he was at a gas station. I saw a delivery truck pull up, and he got a bright idea. He said, "That's a whole lot of Bud Light right there. If I steal that semi-truck, I'll have Bud Light for life."
Ooh.
And that's exactly what he did. He hopped into a Bud Light semi-truck from a liquor store on Friday afternoon. Now, it's unclear exactly what kind of master plan he may have had or had not. Or if he was just thirsty and was like, yes, jackpot, baby.
I just hope he said, "This Bud's for me."
Yes.
For me only.
So he drove off. Now, obviously, they report that in hey, semi-truck of Bud Light was just stolen. Be on the lookout. It's easy to spot. So cops found him almost immediately, attempted to pull him over. That's when he led them on a quote-unquote high-speed chase. As high speed as you can get, really, in a semi-truck filled with Bud Light. Now, he refused to be pulled over. Cops had to chase him down. He led them on the chase before eventually hitting a sheriff vehicle and crashing into a field. Now, no one was seriously hurt, just Randall, in fact, I'll show you a mug shot where you can see his injuries on his head. It'd be okay.
Oh, Randall.
No, Randall definitely looks like a guy who loves Bud Light. Nothing wrong with Bud Light. I'm just saying,
He does look like it.
Yes.
The kind of guy that was still a semi-truck full of Bud Light.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Now, no, he wasn't seriously injured. No one else was. No word on how the beer is doing. I do feel like the beer might have spilled a little bit. And like I said, his blood alcohol level was high, over the legal limit. Now he was charged with attempted murder, auto theft, criminal recklessness, resisting arrest, resisting or reckless operation of a tractor trailer, and DWI, dude. All of it.
Damn.
All of it. For Bud Light?
I know.
I mean, you could have went with like top shelf or something, but it is what it is. So, like I said,
Life gives you lemons, man.
Yeah, well, this story probably has to do something with alcoholism. I do believe they don't know what the motive is, but I do believe I do know what the motive is. Randall loves Bud Light. Nothing wrong with that. And then he sees a semi-truck full of it and is like, jackpot, baby. I can align my entire house with it.
I just hope there's at least one executive on Bud Light that's going like, this will be a great Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, my God.
We got to use this.
Nothing but body cam and dash cam footage. Yeah. That's the Bud Light commercial for sure. Yeah.
Amazing.
So for stealing the semi and trying to lead police officers on a low-speed chase full of Bud Light just because you love that delicious beer definitely makes you a morning moron. All right, now before we get into our next segment, which we're about to, we're going to get on the air here just to let people know we're on the podcast broadcast. And this story I was going to wait until you were here. I was looking forward to you coming in this morning to tell you this story that happened to me. This is sometimes certain situations that kind of only happen to me. And so, it feels like, it's something that's like straight out of a movie. But at the same time, Tucson is a very small town. I mean, you grew up in Tucson. And you've dated around in Tucson, probably a smaller number than most, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. Which actually probably benefits you because you probably still do run into like circles of people, like the 6 degrees of separation in Tucson. Growing up in Tucson and dating, was it like how many degrees of separation you think are there? Like 1, 2, 3 degrees of separation?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, my last ex I have not run into once since the breakup, and which I found to be like wildly impressive considering we were in the same area of town where I was like, I think it's probably inevitable we'll bump into each other at Target or something. I don't know. And maybe I've been around and my eyes are so bad, like she seen me and was able to get out before I seen her because I've not seen her.
That happened when we went to AEW. Like my old situationship was sitting just a couple sections over. I haven't talked to him in like over a year.
Yeah, and he saw you sitting next to me, and I'm a good looking guy, so he's thinking, oh no, she upgraded, right?
Girl, bye.
No, was it?
You were correct.
Okay, thank you, Rico. I was like,
he was
with
punching
Kendall.
air. He was steaming.
He wanted to kill me. He's like, man, that guy looks like he has the biggest dick.
Oh my God.
I heard him say it.
Totally right. Yeah. Rock 1 2.1 Kev, man. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're live on the podcast broadcast. We're going to be joined by Justice Spears here in a little bit. We'll talk about the latest in Tiger Woods and why we should all be concerned for this icon that really had an entire generation excited about golf. If you really think about it, golf is still golf, but not necessarily something that people are excited to watch. We have not had another Tiger Woods level of athlete and star to really bring the PGA to where it was at the height of Tiger Woods' success. And with all his latest addictions and demons continuing to haunt him, where he looks now and what the future looks like for Tiger Woods, we're going to break down, including the timeline of all of his DUIs. We'll do that after music from Sleep Theory and a band that I can't even pronounce their name. It's like Nevertell. Sounds pretty good. New music. But on the podcast broadcast stream, earlier this morning, I blew Rico's mind with a story of an interaction that I had Saturday before the game on for Tucson Roadrunners. It was an odd scenario.
Okay.
It's a doozy.
Yes. And in case you missed it, you could check it out here on the podcast broadcast right now. But we're back here live on Beef Vegan Presents, youtube.com/Beef Vegan, or keep it right here. Here's Red Hot Chili Peppers with Scar Tissue. All right. So that was my tease. With that said, earlier this morning, I blew Rico's mind with this story. Check it out. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. That's, of course, Foo Fighters. Now, we have a lot of stuff that we're giving away today. And, of course, this week we are counting down the days to Beef Games. Beef Games happening at Union. That is the St. Philip's Plaza this Thursday. From 7 to 9 p.m. Sign up is at 6. We have tons of prizes that we're going to be giving away, including amusement park tickets to one of the big ones there. Also, tickets for your Tucson Roadrunners, gift certificates worth hundreds of dollars and more. So if you're not doing anything Thursday night, make sure you join us, St. Philip's Plaza. It's going to be a fantastic time and show. It's going to just be a fun show. You're going to be able to laugh. There's interactive games like The Last Word and Survey Says, but also games that we have not been able to play because they are visual games and games that are funny to be played on the stage. DJ Looney's going to be supplying the tunes. It's going to be fun. So
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. So it is countdown, a lot of work behind the scenes, and definitely come one, come all. We definitely need your support and want you to come out and enjoy that night with us. We're not going to do a show on Friday. We're putting all our effort into Beef Games this Thursday at St. Philip's Plaza. My boss doesn't even know I'm not doing a show on Friday, but I'm just not showing up on Friday.
Surprise.
Tickets that we're giving away today and all week long. This is a big deal. Later on today, we're going to be hooking you up with tickets for Chevelle, meaning they're really just Pima County Fair tickets, but you could use them to see Chevelle on April 24th. So it's GA, but that will give you free access to the Pima County Fair. So you could join us when we welcome Chevelle to the stage. We're going to have Ann from On Any Moto in studio here in a little bit to do a round of tap out, give up to $170 in gift certificates to their fine establishment. On top of that, in a little bit, I'm going to be giving you a keyword so you can get $2,026. So KFMA can pay your bills. And if that wasn't enough, because I know it's not, Cypress Hill tickets at Ava Amphitheater.
What?
Oh, yes.
Nah.
Yeah, the legends, the West Coast icon, Cypress Hill, who are always such a good show and a smell good show. They are coming to Ava Amphitheater, Casino del Sol on July 25th. So that's going to be a fantastic day and night at Casino del Sol. You might want to try to get your hotel room stat.
For real.
Yeah. In fact, we might need to look into that as well, because that's going to be a party that you don't want to miss. Cypress Hill, Ava Amphitheater. Your first opportunity to win those tickets this week will be today at 8 o'clock.
I wonder what housekeeping thinks immediately when they hear that announcement. Get the good smells ready.
Well, I know, actually, let's double check these smoke alarms here, that's what they got to do. All right.
Yep.
Can I tell you a crazy story that happened to me over the weekend?
Please.
All right. But before I do, it's kind of a long one, so follow me here. About 7 years ago, I dated a woman, about a month and a half, if that. We completely love bombed each other, right? And so I was on the Frank show when this was happening and kind of documented my spiral into love and my heartbreak that shortly followed. So I was public on this. I was like Tom Cruise jumping on Oprah's couch talking about Katie Holmes. That was the type of love bombing situation that I was in. I mean, almost immediately we were both saying I love you to each other.
Damn.
And we were humping like rabbits, right? And so this relationship was a whirlwind that lasted about 5 weeks, and out of nowhere, without any fight, without any discussion, without any signs, she ghosts me and blocks me on everything and disappears from my life. And I'm obviously not only heartbroken, but just flabbergasted and confused. Like, what the hell happened here, right? So I try to reach out to her and stuff, but to no avail. So that's when I first used and coined the phrase F you flowers.
Oh, yeah.
You remember this, right?
Of course.
So this is the girl that I first sent F you flowers to, right? And so I knew where she worked. I didn't want to show up like a psychopath, but I did pay for flowers to be delivered to her work with a note saying, hey, if this is the end of it, thanks for the memories. But at the same time, bro, why would you do that, right?
Right.
She did respond back briefly and tell me that, that I was right and that she shouldn't have done that, but she's in love with her ex-boyfriend. And so on and so forth. And so when I tried to respond again, I realized I was blocked again. It was just a brutal way to break someone's heart and completely catch me from left field. So then I had to be on the air and say, okay, this girl that I was in love with that I'm going to marry, the very next day is gone from my life forever. It was embarrassing. But I lived my life with my heart on my sleeve and publicly. And all the Frank Show listeners knew about this.
I'm surprised you did go the route of she died.
No, I know.
She fell off a cliff.
I didn't, because
Good for you.
You know me, Rico. I'm brutally honest.
Yep.
Okay, so this happened. This was a bad deal,
Mhm.
and it impacted me, but for the better, I would say. And I went to the gym after that. I lost some weight, and I continued to. I got my own show, and I'm just, I'm killing it in life. Right, things are going well for me, and so that was like a turning point of sorts. But that's neither here nor there. Well, on Saturday, I'm at the Roadrunners game. And we were doing Grateful Dead night, right? So there was a pregame of a band, Legion of Mario, who are a very good Grateful Dead band here locally. They're playing at the Hut this Saturday if you want to check out this jam band. But while I'm checking them out, I see an old friend, right? My friend JD, who's a family friend. He's about 10 years older than me, right? He was my stepbrother's best friend. And he's actually had the same name as my stepfather. I worked with him doing casino parties. He also is in the industry. He was managing Crescent Ballroom, now the GM at Van Buren, and family friend. He's like tight with my mom and I,
Right.
and we spent many hours hanging out. And when I started doing my little radio journey, right, he would listen actively, send me music, and, was super supportive. So I love JD, right? And I was like, dude, what are you doing down here? And he goes, well, I'm down here with my girlfriend. Oh, it's her.
Don't you dare.
Yes, it is.
Bro.
It is her. And
Bro.
I look at her
No.
and I go, well, it's nice to meet you. Right. And she goes, nice to meet you too. And her eyes are all lit up. Right. And she's like, oh my God.
This
and
is
then,
a simulation, man.
Yeah, I swear to God. And so for the
Cool.
next like 10 minutes,
Bro.
JD is talking me up like I am the second coming of Christ.
This is the best guy ever. Nobody would ever betray this guy.
Yeah, dude. And I'm just like, oh no, JD, no.
Stop it.
And
I'm a scumbag.
I'm returning the favor, right? Because I'm
Oh, my
and I'm
God.
putting little like secret messages to it. I was like, this guy, I love this guy. This is great. Don't hurt this guy. You know what I mean?
Don't you dare
yeah,
do what you
don't
would have
you
done to somebody
dare.
else allegedly a long
Don't
time
you
ago.
effing dare. This guy, he's a real one. Don't you dare. Looking at her like, but still
That's
keeping the facade.
Crazy.
This is pregame of the Roadrunners, dude.
Wow.
Yes, dude.
As soon as it's all behind you, never think about it again. You're healed.
Yes.
The universe is like, hey, guess what?
Yes. Yes. And so,
Crazy.
yeah, that was the conversation that I
is
had.
wild.
Yes. And it couldn't have ended soon enough, even though I was happy to catch up with JD. And then I was able to hook them up with, they had tickets for the game, but I moved them up to the glass and everything and showcased all that stuff. But yeah, that was the conversation and the meeting of the girl who ghosted out of my life 7.5 years ago. Now with my buddy who is literally family, who is considered family to me.
That is something in a screenplay you would write and submit to somebody like, no, that's too outlandish.
Yeah, yeah.
That would never happen.
No, that's my
Like, oh
my life
God,
on a
dude.
Saturday, bro. Yeah,
Wow.
it's good times. So
I hope he's
yes.
listening.
Yeah,
Hey.
well, I mean, he does. He supports, and he texted me later on that night, and I don't know if she told him, if she was
Maybe.
honest
I
with
don't
him,
know, yeah.
and I feel like maybe she was,
Yeah.
because he's like, dude, it was great catching up to you. You go up to Phoenix, say hi to your mom. I'm sure we have a lot to catch up on. That. We're back on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Joining us in studio is Justice Spears. I was just interrupted the story that I told you. I told this morning on the radio of running into the girl who, love bombed me, then blocked and ghosted me out of nowhere. And honestly blew my mind, and then is dating a family friend of mine, a guy that is like super close to me, and having that situation, and we both chose in that moment to pretend like we didn't know each other, right? It was I was like, oh, nice to meet you. Yes,
You seem cool.
Do you think she's gonna tell him though?
I think she possibly did. I was telling Rico as I interrupted the video clip. JD texted me back later on that night and it was like, "Great seeing you. Say hi to your mom for me. It looks like we have a lot of catching up to do, right?" So, and I'm like, yeah. So I don't know, in that scenario. And I told my girl about this, and she's like, "Well, are you gonna give him a heads up or warn him in a way, right?" Yeah.
Bro code?
Yeah, but no, I mean, I would bro code if we were in our 20s.
Yeah.
But he's a mature man and stuff like that, and whatever happens, and I'm sure he's having fun along the way, and so on and so forth, right? For her too. So it's like, yeah, it's all good in that scenario. So over 7 years ago that happened, but that was definitely a one that left an impact. That it was definitely, if it was any years earlier, I probably would have had a physical reaction to it, like maybe my heart rate would have went up or something like that, or my stomach would have dropped. One of those like internal
You didn't
feelings.
have that feeling?
Nah, man, I was cool as a kid. I was cool hand Luke, dude. I was just like, oh yeah, nice to meet you. And I'm in. Well, and I guess it doesn't look. It didn't hurt that I was in my element. I'm pre-gaming here for the Roadrunners, and like I'm surrounded by people who are allies and friends. So and it's like, okay, cool, go and enjoy the game. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be like, what's up, Tucson? It's me. How you guys doing? That's how it was, dude. It was good. It was a weird thing, but
how bad did you wish I was there so you could be like, yes, guess what just
oh, it's great. I know. Well, it was funny because I went to Rowdy and I told him, I was like, dude, I had to tell somebody. I'm like, this is so crazy. And so I go to Rowdy, I'm like, man, I just had this crazy like interaction and this is mind blowing. And he goes, well, wait, who are you talking to? I was just out there. I saw you. He's like, you were talking to the older couple, right? And I'm like, well, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, my boy is like 10 years older than me. And he's like, well, isn't the lady like the same age? I'm like, oh, no, actually, she's younger than me. And I was like, oh, chalk up another dub for your boy. Boop, boop.
Yeah, good for you. Rowdy,
I don't know why
you were like way younger than them.
I don't know why I misinterpreted that as you talking to Dusty. The
Yeah,
mascot.
no, Rowdy, same difference.
That'd be
Yeah.
funny as hell if you're like actually confiding in a mascot. Though you're like, dude, I gotta tell you some.
No, I do.
Crazy.
I do confide in the mascot. He's the best
Just
one to talk
nodding.
to because
Just
he
nodding.
doesn't talk.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Oh hell yeah.
Always says yes.
Yeah, always says yes.
No,
And he'll be out. He'll be out this Thursday for Beef Games as well. And we're trying to figure out exactly how we're going to incorporate Dusty. It's going to be fun though.
Aren't
I
chicks
think T-shirt
crazy,
cannon.
Dusty? He's like,
Oh, he knows. Yeah, chicks are crazy.
I'm right?
right? Cool, bro.
Yeah.
Thank
he
you.
doesn't agree with me, so
Yeah, no, that's right.
I know I'm on a different level.
Right. So, all right. Well, let's talk about our top story today on the podcast broadcast, Tiger Woods. I'm sure you addressed the Tiger Woods situation over the weekend.
Man,
Or it's your guy. Tiger Woods is your guy. So you heartbroken here, Justin Spears?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
it's
disappointed?
disappointed, man.
Yes.
Disappointed just because it's like, bro, you're 50.
Right.
You're a millionaire. Call
Billionaire.
a freaking billionaire.
Yeah.
Call a damn driver.
Yes.
Get
Oh,
a personal
Waymo.
driver. I will be your personal driver.
right?
Bro, pay me $100K a year. I will be your personal driver. Take you wherever you want to go, Tiger.
You pay me $20K. I'll do it, Tiger.
Yeah. No, I know. He's starting to whore himself out. Look, and here's the deal. It was reported. Now, there's lots of news that's coming out from Tiger Woods' latest DUI arrest. This is his fourth. They of course, the big question is, why don't you just hire a driver? And according to a report that I read, the reason why Tiger Woods would not hire a personal driver is because he didn't want someone knowing his personal business and all, like basically what he's up to,
Side
which
chicks.
is even worse, right?
Side chicks.
Not even side chicks, whatever thing nefarious, right? So the rise and demise of Tiger Woods, unfortunately, is well documented and heartbreaking at the same time. All right, so let's talk about the timeline of what led us here and why this is such a pattern behavior that, it's so beyond. Like, this guy has needed help for a long time. And we get glimpses of hope, like, okay, the GOAT is back. He's back. He's working out. He's going to reclaim his throne. And then this happens because he never, ever stopped in the first place. It started in 2009, right? When he had that infamous car wreck, when he got caught cheating, which led to a 9-figure divorce. Now, if anyone goes through a 9-figure divorce, of course, you're going to look to things to numb that pain. Because I'm sure that's a pain that we can't even fathom.
The Bezos effect.
There's more to that. Just because I don't know if you're going to talk about his injuries.
Well,
At all?
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
he did
Leg
get
injury?
injuries, but
Yeah.
let's. So his crash was originally reported as a simple crash, but then the salacious details would soon hit the world. Basically, like he was so messed up in a way at home that he got caught slipping, basically sexting girls, and his wife caught him. And then during that argument, he got in his car to try to get away from his wife, but didn't go far. Drove right into a tree. To where his wife caught up with his car, started hitting his car with a golf club, and possibly hit him. What were the injuries he sustained from the 2009 accident or
Well,
incident?
it has nothing to do with the accident. It's just golf injuries.
Okay,
He really messed up his back.
right,
And, because if you think about it, this guy has been swinging a club ever since he was 2 years old.
right.
And so you're doing the same action over and over and over again and doing it so good and doing it constantly that eventually your body's going to give out. So there was a point in time where Tiger Woods' back just became done.
Right.
And so he had to get numerous back surgeries. And then I think that might be where, I don't know if it's addiction, but if you look at the DUIs, it's not drinking, it's not alcohol.
No.
It's from him taking pills.
It's opioids.
And taking medication.
And here's the thing that happens to so many people, and unfortunately, I've lost a lot of people because of this as well. But usually, the opioid and painkiller type addiction does start from pain. Right. And then them getting prescribed this medication to deal with said pain, and then them growing an addiction to it. Right. That's basically what was the tipping point. And he may have, if he never felt pain, he may have never taken any opioids and then never would have triggered that addiction inside him. Right. Whether physical or mental. So, yes, his injuries and his turmoil and pain led to an obvious opioid addiction that he has now had for over 20 years.
Yep.
And it didn't stop there. So then the next situation that happened was in 2017 when he was arrested for DUI after being found unconscious. He was just sleeping in his car, right? Sitting in a traffic lane with the engine running. So he just fell asleep. This was in Florida around 2 a.m. He stumbled and swayed through a field sobriety test and told officers he had Vicodin and Xanax after undergoing a fourth back surgery the previous month. Again, could have just had a driver, an Uber, and all that. But
have you seen the police footage of that?
Yeah, it's sad.
It's on his or the documentary on HBO called Tiger.
Yeah.
And they asked him where he was going, and he said, I'm going to Orange County, California. Going up to my house in Orange County. The guy was in Florida. Yeah. The guy had no idea even what state he was in. And then they said, okay, I need you to tell me the ABCs backwards, which I can't even do sober.
No, that's a trick question.
I mean?
Yeah.
But then they say, okay, what did I just tell you to do? And he said, to sing the national anthem backwards. Yeah, Tiger was zooted, as the kids say.
In fact, he was so high. This was a live, actually, a description, or was it a sketch of how he was feeling in the moment of that interaction with those police officers, right? So, and this is the same feeling he had before his single car accident again over the weekend. So that was 2017. That was documented.
I hear that song in my head, unfortunately, immediately.
Yeah. All right. 2021, of course, he almost lost his leg with an accident.
I was about to ask that one. That was 2021?
Yeah. So that was the 2021 rollover crash. That was far more serious than the one on Friday, which was almost a rollover as well. The car did get tipped on its side.
But that one wasn't a DUI. That was just a rollover crash.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, you could pretty much assume now at this point it was. You know, yes, he didn't blow any alcohol, just like this one. He had no alcohol in his system because alcohol is not his demon. Yeah. It's not his drug of choice, but opioids are. And so his, driving record is definitely connected to that. And it's just safe to assume that he was high this entire time because he's never found that sobriety. Right?
Yeah, there's a video of him walking into TGL last week, and the caption was, look at Tiger Woods locked in. Someone was like, I think he was locked in because he was high as hell.
Yeah.
He was feeling it.
Yep. Yeah, and of course, 2026 happened again when he was arrested for clipping a truck at high speed. And then that's when it flipped and he was arrested for DUI after he blew a 0.00 on a breathalyzer test, but refused a urinalysis and was charged with DUI because they knew he was high. They were talking to him. He was too high. And it was sad. And yes, he needs a handler. But here's two interesting tidbits. So I told you the first one, that he didn't want to have somebody drive his car because he didn't want someone to know his business.
Sign NDA.
Right, dude. The second thing that I found wildly interesting is that the Secret Service has known that Tiger Woods has had a problem this entire time. As you may know, he is dating, Donald Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. And so,
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, so he's in a relationship with Trump Jr.'s ex-wife. And with that, Secret Service has said that he, before this accident, is never allowed to drive Trump's grandchildren, ever. Oh. He is such a liability that they banned him from ever being able to drive them, whether picking them up from school, dropping them off, any situation. Tiger Woods is not to be behind the wheel with the president's grandchildren in the vehicle.
You know what? That's fair.
That's fair and understandable, right? So, that's the issue with Tiger Woods. And until he actually goes to a real rehab and takes sobriety seriously, this is going to kill him.
Yeah. I also think he needs therapy, too.
Oh, absolutely.
You never hear anything about Tiger Woods in therapy.
No.
He needs a lot of serious help.
Yes, dude. Yes. I mean, when it comes to his issues with his family and then, of course, his relationship issues that he's had, going through that divorce, the public eye, all of it. What are you saying, Rico?
Just when it comes to athletes and these kind of issues, too, you think about the falling star syndrome where it's just like they're not the top dog anymore. So it's wrestling with those demons at the same time.
You know, Tiger, I mean, he's got a lot of issues going back to his childhood.
Yeah.
I can't recommend enough the documentary on Netflix. I think it's a 2-part documentary.
Yeah, it's great.
And it goes into all of his issues. And, you know, Earl Woods, while he was a committed father to developing this great golfer, I mean, he cheated on his wife regularly and did it in front of Tiger Woods at the golf course.
Right.
So,
Yep.
you know, it's crazy. And Tiger has a lot of issues coming back from his childhood. And when he was a kid, you know, people were just so amazed by how talented he was, but he never got out. He never hung out with friends. And so, like, his very first girlfriend, she was like, it was crazy. We would go bowling, and he's the happiest kid ever because that was like one of his first times going bowling as a teenager.
Wow. Yeah.
He
just
was
freedom.
He was held captive because they had a mission. They're like, we are going to do whatever it takes to make this guy the greatest golfer ever, and nobody is going to stand in the way. Even when Tiger had a girlfriend in high school / early college, Earl Woods was like, she's going to get pregnant. She's going to ruin this whole operation.
Distraction.
It's like, you need to focus on golf.
Right.
And so he came from a very, very, very strict family.
It's like Jackson 5 style,
100%.
man.
Right.
Like,
Well, we're going to continue this conversation on the podcast broadcast. Be back with more after music from Sleep Theory and Shine Down on Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Clear. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, therapy, rehab, all that. In fact, Vanessa Trump reportedly got a hold of Tiger immediately and was like, get your fucking shit together, man. Get your shit together. And it's like, yeah, you need that, right? So,
I love Tiger. Tiger's, as far as like my Mount Rushmore of athletes that I grew up following, Tiger's on it.
Yeah, of course.
I love Tiger, but
there was no mistaking the impact and legacy that Tiger Woods made during his peak, right? He changed the game. He made golf cool. And golf, arguably, at this point, is not cool again, right? And you could say, you know, the people that are watching golf now are the people that fell in love with golf through Tiger Woods. But the new generation isn't fucking saying, oh, yeah, Rory whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
When I still see the Nike swoosh, the immediate thing I think about is Tiger Woods still.
Yeah. Of course, dude.
You know?
So
Rory
that's
whatever.
right, dude. No one under the age of 25 gives a shit about golf right now. And that was different with our generation. We all gave a shit about golf because of Tiger Woods.
If that was his real name, I would give a fuck.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
Like, oh, I got to follow this dude.
You guys know Tiger Woods' actual first name?
No.
You guys don't know that?
No, what is it?
It's Eldrick.
Eldrick?
Eldrick Woods.
That makes sense.
Actually,
with this picture. Yeah, go ahead.
Go off, Eldrick.
No. That's just.
So what David says Tiger will be back
did
eventually.
he get Tiger?
Yeah.
Was it just a nickname he picked up?
Yeah, because he was a killer on the course.
It's a tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
watch the documentary.
Yeah, I mean, they called him Tiger at an early age, but his government name on his birth certificate, it's Eldrick.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to hit the reset on that. But earlier this morning, we did F My Life with Ann from On Any Moto. And in case you missed it, and went a little something like this.
Just laugh at your pain. Call 600 KFM.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com. Subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, and give us a call at 600 KFMA. That's 605-362. And if we agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with something. Maybe like a pair of tickets to see Chevelle at the Pima County Fair on April 24th. Ooh. I have Rico weighing in these F My Lives, and I have Ann from On Any Moto joining us. Good morning, Ann.
Good morning.
She'll be weighing in on these FMLs as well. So with that said, let's get into our first email. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, first email sent to me by Grant. He said, I had an interview for my dream job. I spent all night preparing, researching the company, and making sure everything was perfect. My interview was for 8 a.m. I woke up at 10:30 to an alarm that had not gone off. F My Life. We'll start off with Rico on this one.
Big F My Life.
Yeah.
Also, you're an idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah, I mean,
that's a big deal.
So yeah, triple check all the alarms for sure. And what do you say?
Yeah, I think that's an F My Life, but also like be a grown up, make sure your alarm's turned on.
That's why you're unemployed, Grant. Sorry to kick you while you're down.
Can't blame it on daylight savings either.
No. All right, next up, finally sent to me by Alana. She said, I got fired as a server because I refused to serve alcohol to a pregnant woman, and she reported me. Turns out she's not pregnant. She's just a fat Karen.
Oh, no.
I read it in the way that I feel like she said it when she emailed it to me. F by life, Ann.
Yeah, F by life. But you can't ever assume anybody's pregnant anymore.
I know.
And I mean, who are we to judge? Like, if they want to have a glass of wine with dinner or something, it's not bad.
She's probably like 3 shots of tequila, please. And then Alana was like the moral police. I mean, this is a tough dilemma because you don't want to assume. You can't ask. You know what I mean? So
I break the ice with, hey, when's the food baby due?
Food baby due right after dessert, dude. Right, of course. Right. What time? Usually for you. Yeah. It's weird. F my life for Alana. What do you say, Rico?
Big time. You're fired on top of social awkwardness. That's horrible.
Yeah, but never assume someone's pregnant for sure. Let that be the lesson. All right. Next F my life said to me by Haley. She said I was at a family gathering with my boyfriend. Jokingly, my grandmother swatted my butt to get me to move. Out of habit, I moaned quite loudly.
Oh my God.
What a great habit to have, huh? Your grandmother did that, though. Yeah, at a family gathering. God. F my life, what do you say, Ann?
I think I need to know how the family reacted.
No, I'm sure they were just like, oh, damn, my granddaughter's a freak. What did you say, Rico?
That's horrible. Yeah, F my life. I feel like you would have to do that for everything to make it like a thing you have.
Yeah,
a condition.
Yeah, it's like a tick, right? Yeah. It's like Tourette's, but with
my family would laugh about it. So
yeah. I'm sure there were some people laughing, but also some looks as well. So, but good for you, Haley. That's a good instinct to have. Yeah. All right, 2 more left. Jenna said, I learned why my credit score is so low. My mom stole my identity almost 3 years ago. Her excuse, you don't need good credit for anything anyways. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. F my life, Rico.
Oh, yeah. What the hell, Ma?
Yep. What do you say, Ann?
Yeah, that's a big FML.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need it anyway. Like, oh, cool.
That's really
You
big.
can't afford a house anyway. You don't need it.
Right. F my life, Jenna. Sorry about that. And final F my life of the day sent to me by Marcus. Marcus said, Beef, I found out that my long-distance girlfriend gave me chlamydia after I spent $1,000 to fly her out for a week. I basically paid for an STD delivery.
Damn.
Did you use Prime? F my life. What do you say, Ann?
I mean, you gotta have it coming, I guess.
Well, you get what you pay for. If you would have flown her like business class, maybe she wouldn't have gave you an STD. But you decided to fly coach, and this is what you get.
All right.
But F my life, what do you say, Rico?
Yeah, F my life. You'll never forget her, though.
Yeah. Nobody
nice
wants
little souvenir.
Yeah, nobody wants to pay for an STD.
I know.
You know,
it's even worse.
Yeah, it is
way
worse.
worse.
All right, so F my life. I'm going to say F my life, Marcus. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
All right, yeah.
Did we get a full house on that one?
Yes.
Hell
totally.
yeah.
All right. So with that said, keep those emails coming, beefvegan@campmaine.com. We're going to hit the reset, but when we return, we're going to be talking up on any Moto and open up the phone lines to do a round of tap out where you can win up to $170 in gift certificates to On Any Moto. So stick around. That's coming up next. And Beef Vegan Presents. Don't go away. Yeah, not with me, Jazz. Yes. You know that. When I go this
Did I say Jazz?
Yeah, Jazz. Yeah.
Jazz.
So Jaws, right? Sometimes, like I pronounce the Y like a J, just like, the J is like an H sound, depending on your native language and my native language.
Cultural.
So I am very cultural. We're talking about, of course, Sugar Skulls game on Sunday, which Yas is, game director for that, and she works for the Sugar Skulls. And Justice Spears went, and apparently I had credentials. I didn't know. I could have went to the game. I ended up being tired, I had some brunch and stuff, but I will in future. And I guess I have press credentials or media credentials, which is fair. Does Rico?
Yeah, I can get them.
Yeah, I can get some.
You can get some. Okay.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, I don't need them, which is good. I go to the arena and say, hey, guys, it's me. It's your boy. I'm back. And they're just like, Welcome back. Here, you want to go through the back entrance? You want to go through the super VIP? We got you.
Hey,
It's kind of a big
any
deal.
more of those In-N-Out gift cards? You got any more?
No, I haven't given out all year. That was a thing. Remember, I got in trouble for it too.
Just want a couple. Just a couple, please.
Yeah, no. I greased the wheel a long time ago, so I don't need to do that anymore.
I will say I do get the beef treatment every once in a while because the staff does know me.
Okay.
And the staff is also getting to know my kid.
Okay, that's good.
So she needed to go drop off a headset down at the bottom, and she just opened it, went in there, and then went
I
back
think
out.
beef by proxy works for everybody.
In a way, yeah, I'm all over the town for sure. In fact, actually, and we're back on the air, Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Not only do I work for the Roadrunners, I'll show up and do any kind of helping hand I can for the Sugar Skulls throughout the season if you ever need me, right? And I've done that stuff before. But walking in the arena is my home away from home. When we do the Centurions party, with Leonard Skinner, which we gave away tickets for. That's at Keno Stadium. It's a huge party, but I'll be actually working that as well, helping out my mom and the massive casino that the Centurions book through her. And oh my God, dude, there's gonna be like 50 tables. It's more tables than what Casino del Sol or Desert Diamond have combined.
Wow.
Yes, dude. That's how many casino. Now, you're not playing for real money. It's a fundraiser. You're raffling off prizes and all that stuff. But that's part of the entertainment that the Centurion Party is going to be offering. It is happening on the 25th, April 25th.
I've never been.
Well, you're in, dude. You want to go?
I want to go.
You're in. And when you go there, dude, it's almost like it's an open bar. The whole thing it's crazy. It's an alcohol fest for sure. 21 and up, you have to be for Centurion.
Leonard Skinner.
Huh? Leonard Skinner. Yeah. And I'm like, how can you still be called Leonard Skinner if no one original from that band is still alive? I think they have one person that's still alive for the original lineup.
People are going to be so drunk they won't even care.
I just think of, is it Talladega Nights when they're saying grace for their meal of Taco Bell and all the fast food?
Yes.
And they talk about, I just pictured Jesus as the lead vocals of Leonard Skinner, and I'm front row hammer drum.
Yes. It'll be interesting to see this lineup of Leonard Skinner, right? Which again, I think you need to have one living member to officially be called Leonard Skinner or just a tribute band. I do think the lead singer looks like Ronnie, or at least attempts to. So yes, you have to have that Southern swagger to you. It's a swagger. Will they dance like this though? This is how to steal the show. Immediately.
I love this.
Yeah. So what I'm going to show on the podcast broadcast stream is a hilarious moment. A beauty pageant contestant in Thailand, I believe, basically stole the show when they opened up a dance routine with all these beautiful women in bathing suits. But this is how to steal the show properly. Check it out.
Dude, they were just, it was just like a freestyle. And then this girl comes in and pops and locks and drops it. And I respect her.
Yeah. She had the same energy as that breakdancer in the Olympics, and I'm here for it.
This is better.
Yeah.
She actually knew how to dance.
Right?
Yeah. Speaking of videos that I'm playing you on the radio, you know how Coldplay has the kiss cam? Of course, they made that famous. Did you know that Chris Brown has a cuck cam?
No.
Oh, yes, he does.
Way.
Yeah, well, this is a married woman at a Chris Brown show.
Oh, no.
All right. And this is what Chris Brown did to this married woman in front of her husband. Are you ready for it?
No
This
way.
is the Chris Brown cuck
no.
cam. There's the wife just making out with Chris Brown in front of the whole crowd, including that woman's husband.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Okay, Chris.
The Coldplay kiss cam outs the married man cheating on his wife. The Chris Brown cuck cam outs the cheating wife in front of the husband. You filed for divorce.
No, but it's a moment. Like she's not
moment.
Not gonna run away with Chris Brown. They're not gonna fall in love.
He could easily take her backstage, smash,
and then
right?
What?
No way.
And then try to go back and mouth kiss her husband. Like you're done. If it's a one and done, you can't just cheat once. You know what I mean?
What if they have a what's it called?
Oh yes, come on,
hall pass.
Hall pass.
Did his face look like it was a hall passy face?
It looked like, damn, I can't believe it happened.
Yes.
That's literally what that face was.
That's a face of regret.
That is
Like,
like I
you
hate
imagine
the Chris Brown cuck pass.
Could you imagine
or the
going to
cuck
that
cam.
concert and she goes, babe, could you imagine if Chris brings me on stage? Blah, 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 blah. And then he's like, yeah, okay, well, if that happens, go ahead and do whatever you want. It's right there.
Yeah. And he's like, I regret saying do whatever.
I think Rihanna should have a concert and invite that guy on.
Yes.
Okay,
As a comeback.
totally.
But-
No.
My
Yeah.
issue is, okay, Chris Brown brings you on stage. He's doing his thing. The fact that she's like sticking out her tongue
Yeah.
and doing
Yeah.
all that, I'm like, all right, girl, you're doing too much.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I know this is Chris Breezy,
Yeah.
but come on.
I know. That's
Show
it.
some respect.
Hey, you've been to a Chris Brown concert, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
He dances like
and
Crash
so,
Bandicoot.
yeah. Did they have the cuck cam when you were there?
No.
So this is a new edition.
This is
Yeah,
new.
so that's good. It's a one up of the Coldplay Kiss Cam. The Chris Brown cuck cam is a 2026 trend that I'm sure lots of
Yo.
teams, professional teams throughout sports will not emulate.
The camera
But,
guy's just ready to go.
Yeah.
It's like cuckery happening.
Yeah, you should do a cuck cam for the Sugar Skulls game.
No, what is wrong
Have
with you?
bones.
Come on.
Have bones just make
Bones,
Yeah.
make it, bones boning.
You just got boned. Yeah. We got more going on the podcast broadcast. Be back right after this. All right, clear. Yeah. So,
Take my wife. Take my
Who wants
wife.
to get boned?
who wants to get boned?
He's coming for
Was
you.
that on air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, the Chris Brown cuck cam is a thing, man. That's crazy.
That is wild. Could you imagine the car ride home after that?
Oh,
No,
my
yeah.
God.
You know how peaceful and quiet it would be because I would
Yeah.
leave her there. Yeah.
It's like the girl who made out with Bad Bunny in Puerto Rico, and then her husband found out just out of like videos that were resurfacing afterwards, and then he broke off the engagement.
Woof.
Yeah. Well, of course you're gonna. If you're
Yeah,
gonna
you find
make
out through social media, not her.
right.
It's like, I'm about to
Yeah.
get married. You had this great time at the concert.
Right.
Why am I finding out on Twitter
Yep.
that you made out with Bad Bunny?
So
Yep.
David said Chris Brown cucked me some merch and tickets. You think that's enough just to make out with your wife? I don't know. I mean, I like the movie Indecent Proposal with Robert Redford, but that was $1 million, you know? So tickets and merch, like
Who was the lady in that again? That was Demi Moore?
Demi Moore. But
That's
get back
right.
to it. Let's get back to this, right? So like, would you like tickets and merch is not a good enough trade out for making out with my wife because I'm definitely not going to wear a t-shirt of the man who my wife cheated on me with on my, like with his face on that shirt. Right. I wouldn't wear a t-shirt, be like, oh, this is the guy that you secretly wish I was. And I'm going to wear his shirt.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that ain't. That
I
ain't
do. It is it was a lot. It was the tongue sticking out your tongue. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, for entertainment purposes, like sure, grind on me, do whatever moves you do on the floor, but
Yeah.
The tongue.
Let's see how much
Yeah. Oh my God, dude.
She did that. Exhibit A, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And
She
if I'm
belongs
Chris,
to
I'm
the
like,
streets.
I'm taking like the stripper mindset, like, hey, keep your hands off to the side, just let me
Right.
do my thing. You're gonna enjoy it.
Right.
No, this is a very intimate moment.
I
Tongue
think
is
that was a
out.
rule. I think when this started, nobody was supposed to touch him.
Right. But then he's a man whore. You
But
know what I
then
mean?
He was like,
It's like,
Yeah.
All right, girl.
He shows off like dick pics and stuff like that. He's done that in the past. So, you know, keeping a gangster. But yeah, that's
Keeping
her
it
tongue
gangster.
out.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
all right.
At least it wasn't like a K-pop band where all the band members took a turn.
I mean, that's a silver
called a
lining.
train
That's a
camp.
silver lining.
Just one by one, all these little Korean dudes.
Yeah. I
My
mean,
wife. All right, go for it.
again,
Next.
this reaction of this husband. Oh, man. Come on, Beezy.
Why are you doing this?
I think maybe he's saying no. That people don't look at him.
I think both. Yeah. it's like,
Both?
don't put me on the cuck cam. You know, and honestly, he should have ducked down just like the Coldplay Kiss Cam. Just immediately went behind the thing. Like,
Homer
no.
Simpson.
Yeah, don't show me because
Wow.
this I did not sign off on that. So
That's
yeah.
brutal, man.
Yeah, that's brutal. So that was
Poor guy.
yeah. Something
Does he have a
I had to
GoFundMe?
look into it? Yeah,
I'll support I'll support the divorce.
yeah.
Let's go.
So yep, that happened over the weekend. So yeah, another reason not to go to a Chris Brown show. He'll literally steal your girl.
Damn you, Breezy.
It's Miss Cecilia. Girl.
Damn you, Breezy.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Well,
All right.
that's Trey Songz.
Let's see.
Just imagine
But
Pitbull
she
doing
fell
that.
off too.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad that there's a couple things. Are we doing a podcast? What are we doing? What are you guys talking about? Sorry. Yeah. Oh, this was hilarious here. Let me. This happened to Mike Liddell while he was on OAN. He got served with a lawsuit, but
on camera.
On camera.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And he tried to play it off and not take it because he was on a TV. This is actually probably not even TV, because the guy holding the mic is OMG. So it's probably a live stream of some sort, but he claimed it to be TV nonetheless. Check this out.
Into our country, most of them break a law within the first 3 months. Most of them, we're on TV here, please. We're on TV, please. We're on TV, please. Okay, we're on TV, please. We're on TV, please. Okay, we're on TV, please.
What are you serving it with?
We're on TV, please. We're on TV, please.
What are you serving it with?
I'm not accepting it.
What are you trying to serve it, ma'am?
You're just saying this. We're on TV, please.
He grabbed him.
Okay. Into our
yeah, and
We're on TV, please.
Yeah, if you know how being served works, it's like you just have the evidence right there. He was served with those papers, whether he chooses to verbally accept them or not. He got served nonetheless. Have you ever been served?
Yes.
Okay, what'd you get served for?
My baby's dad took me to court.
Okay, and did they do it in an aggressive, like dickhead manner?
Yes. So what they did was they waited until maybe they served me less than 24 hours of my court date.
Okay.
So my court date was like on the 24th. They came the day before. And so it was a surprise to me. So when I showed up to court the next day, I had to file for an extension in front of the judge because it shows the stamp right then and there when I was served. And she literally said, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You were served less than 24 hours ago." I said, "Yeah." So his team tried to do some dirty play there.
Right.
With delaying the serving process.
That's messed up.
I got done dirty once.
Oh, yeah? What was it?
I was in Tempe living with some bros like 12, 13 years ago. And I think it was for a speeding ticket.
Yeah.
So
it's usually, that's how I
it
got
was
served.
so funny. The approach was like the guy, like, I don't know if it was like an older dude trying to do the Steve Buscemi, like, "Hello, fellow kids."
Mhm.
But he was like knocking on the door. You know, of course, I'm probably like hungover from partying the previous night. Open it up, and the guy's like, "Hey, man, is Mike here?" And I'm just like, "Who?" He's like, "Oh, are you Rico?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Oh, cool, take this." I was like, "Bro, he played the game, dude."
Yeah.
Just like, "Hey, bro." But he was wearing like a backwards cap, like a skateboard. Like, "Hey, man." I'm like, "Oh, it's probably, somebody's friend."
Right.
He got me. He got me good.
They get
He got all
aggressive.
serious too. Put his hat right.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah, and they can be
Damn.
dicks about it. I mean, when I got served, I got served for a speeding ticket. It was one of those like camera tickets, right?
Yep, that's what it was.
This son of a bitch like ransacked my car in my driveway, right? Because I left it unlocked, and he ransacked like a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and then knocked on the door, and I didn't answer because he knocked on the door aggressively. And so I was like, "Who's this?" And they're like, "Brad Furman." I'm like, "Who is this?" No, like wrong
Not
place, right?
confirming. Who
Yeah,
is this?
yeah. And he's like, "You got served." No, you got served. And he was just like, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, "You got served." And it was the thing. I remember the rage that I felt from this. And yeah, and then I got even more angry that he went through my car and my glove box
what's up with
and
that?
everything like that.
How is
Yeah.
that legal?
That's illegal.
That's illegal.
I know it's illegal, but again, I got
What the
fucked.
hell?
And yeah, did not have enough to like prove it. I didn't have a ring cam on it.
What a psychopath.
I know. So I
Rubbish in your
do
car.
hate these servers. I did watch because I was, it's on my algorithm now because I watched the new Gary Owens like comedy special. So I saw an old school interview that he had with Shannon Sharp, right? And it was great because he talked about how for like almost a year for his divorce, his wife was playing cat and mouse with servers to serve in a divorce because she was trying to file from California and he was trying to file for divorce from Ohio.
Oh, geez.
Right? But if she got the file from California, that's 50% of his shit.
Whoa.
So he was basically on the run.
So it was like a timeline. It was a battle.
Yes, he was on the run, and since he's a comedian, right, they know where he's going to be. So he had to stay in hotels under an alias, and he had like security at his shows to make sure nobody got close to the stage.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, he was trying to set her up to get served, and it went on for almost an entire year
Damn.
before he finally got her served.
Wow.
Before he got served. It's a wild story.
That's insane.
Luka Doncic is in a similar situation.
That's crazy too. Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
We're gonna get on the air because I also saw this reel. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back, Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with Justice Spears from ESPN Radio, and we're talking about getting served, right? Because we played a clip of Mike Lindell getting served while live on TV, and we've all been served before. And you said Luka Doncic is going through a divorce, which is crazy to me because, I remember just recently seeing a viral video of him and his wife being literal child sweethearts.
Yeah.
And they have this beautiful love story. And then all of a sudden, he gets traded to L.A. and then they're out of love? What happened?
Yeah. So, and first and foremost, as a Laker fan, I'm very happy with child custody Luka because he's playing on another level right now.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
So, yeah, child custody Luka is different.
And he lost weight. He's rebounding for sure.
It's Luka's, yes, love it, Luka.
It's like Toyota-thon Rogers.
But, Jordan Love. But, so his wife is trying to go through this process with the child custody battle through the state of California. And like you said, in California, you take everything. And Luka's like, no. We're doing this through Slovenian court of law.
Whoa.
Oh, Slovenian, you get nada.
You are in Slovenia right now. You are not in Los Angeles with my kid.
Right.
So we're going to take this through Slovenia, not freaking LA or California.
Yeah.
So.
Damn.
Look, this is rough.
That's
and
crazy.
he does have an argument. And Slovenian law, I'm sure, has no rights for women. I don't know. I'm assuming, and it's probably arrogant, but it's not the California 50% of everything. So I get that right off the bat. But is there any way that they can reconcile? I mean, it's literally his childhood sweetheart that they've been in love and grew up together. I mean, it's heartbreaking to see them, at this point in their relationship.
I mean, I prefer not until after the playoffs, but
you're so anti-love right now because
not until after May, June. That's when you can reconcile.
At least he's honest.
This guy's such a romantic.
I mean, we've seen it in the past. I mean, heck, Kobe Bryant when he was going through his thing in 2004. I mean,
getting caught cheating and then going through an essay trial. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and he was accused of rape, but he had an affair with a woman in Colorado. Yeah, and then.
I think we're technically streaming on the internet, so I think you're supposed to call it grape. I don't think you should say. I think they shadow ban the R word for good reason.
Grape,
but I think that's the terminology.
Sexually assaulted
for internet.
Yes.
Yeah. I say essay, but not any diss to my vatos out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, right?
But
you know that.
He went through that, and then he bought his wife a $10 million ring. And they ended up working out their problems. And
yes, they did.
Kobe and Vanessa Bryant, where they had a lovely family. They have beautiful daughters, and everything all worked out. So, of course, there's always the possibility that they can.
But you don't want that until after the playoffs.
Not until after the playoffs.
Yeah, that is so selfish of you. I want them, especially as a Suns fan, I want him to reconcile right now, gain 15 pounds, and be happy and in love. Do it for your family, Luka. I mean, come on, think about it. I know you're probably running through the LA thoughts out there, and there's plenty of them. Oh, my God. I'm sure you're having a good time. But don't forget about the love of your life. She's a beautiful woman as well and seems pretty tall.
I mean,
seems pretty tall.
How often you get to take things back to old country, though? It's kind of nice. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
As far
Slovenia. Taking the law back. No, we take this to old country.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
You get goat.
You get goat. She comes back pretending she likes the goat. She's like, this is the best goat ever. I'm happy right now.
Yeah. So, what do you think Slovenia, what they would get? Is there any speculation?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm sure
but I'm sure it's significantly less than going through California.
I'm sure goat is involved.
Goat.
Yeah.
You get goat.
Yeah.
Basketball goat.
Yeah.
So I've not been served before.
Okay.
But my older brother has one of the craziest serving stories. So he was still living at the house, and the house was getting repiped. And so we had these plumbers and these guys just all kind of hanging around. And then all of a sudden this guy comes up and talks to my dad and is like, hey, is Josh around? I'm good friends with him. And my dad thought it was one of the plumbers, one of the guys working on the house. And all of a sudden my dad's like, hey, Josh, one of your friends is working on the house. And my brother's like, oh, really? And then he comes outside and the guy's like, Josh, you've been served.
Oh,
see ya.
so dirty.
My gosh.
Yeah,
every time.
Yeah, there's no good way about it. You know, you feel like you got taken advantage of every single time.
They probably love it though. It's a game to them. They're just like, yeah, it's a fun game to them.
Would you ever do it?
Yeah.
It's like being an assassin.
I mean, Seth Rogen makes it look fun in Pineapple Express, but then he almost got murdered. So let that be a lesson to you at the end of the day. Yeah, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have for the show, but we'd like to thank everyone for listening. Don't forget, Beef Games going down this Thursday night at St. Philip's Plaza. We'd love to see all of you out there winning tons of prizes, thousands of dollars worth of prizes that we are giving away for that. Just check out more information at kfma.com. Tomorrow morning, we'll run it back, give out tickets for Cypress Hill and more. But until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come and end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind to bad, I will knock out all your teeth.